What's up, everybody? I'm Michael.
And I'm Amanda.
And today we're going to be answering the question, is it okay to get married in the courthouse?
Now, we have had friends and acquaintances who have done this before, and it worked out just fine for them. So if you're not familiar with our videos or familiar with us, we always share from a Christian perspective. And so I think you have to know what you want.
Okay.
You have to know what you want. You have to know even what your family wants, and you have to be okay with the consequences. So I think that it's great to get a courthouse wedding if you're just ready to get married. You could always have a courthouse wedding and then a couple months later have a really big wedding. If you're just ready to get married, maybe your lease is up and you guys want to move in together and it just works out better with the timing, but your big wedding isn't ready. That's fine. If you're not into big weddings and you don't want people all up in your grill, that's totally fine as well. But you do have to understand that there are going to be people who are really excited about your wedding who may want to know about that or might be surprised with that. And you have to accept the consequences if that's something that you want to do. Do I think that there's anything wrong with it? I don't think so at all. What do you think? What's your perspective?
Listen, I am of the belief that weddings are big parties that you spend a lot of money on for other people to enjoy. And while there are many things that I enjoyed about our wedding, like the pictures and the video and stuff like that, I also understand that for many people, a wedding and the cost of it is actually stopping them from getting married.
Totally.
And so, in my opinion, I believe that if you wanted to get married at the courthouse and just make things right between you and that person and God, listen, there are so many alternatives. Like, you can get married at the courthouse and then tell everybody we are celebrating and doing a destination wedding celebration. You know what I mean? Like, and then everybody flies out to Mexico or something. You know, you could absolutely do as Amanda said and do a wedding like privately and then do a public wedding. You could do the private wedding secretly and then do the public wedding later and just y'all pretend like it's the first time you did it. We had some friends that did that and we didn't find out until well after that they were married, and it was just like, man, we probably should have gone with that option because, you know, we were in college struggling trying to just stay right while we were, you know, waiting on our wedding day. And so I think that you have to, like Amanda said, figure out what's best for you. If you are the only daughter and, you know, your mom and dad have been thinking about your wedding for their entire lives and it matters a bunch to them, you know, at the end of the day, it's your decision, but you also want to understand from an empathetic standpoint that that may impact them in a way that you may not want to deal with for a long time. So, you know, you just have to balance out the pros and cons.
I think honesty is the best policy. So being honest with yourself and being honest with others. Do you have to tell everyone that you're doing that if that's the decision that you've made? Absolutely not. But I do think it's important to be upfront with the people who matter most to you, so that there's no offense caused. Michael said that you could just pretend like it was the first time or whatever. And maybe for the public that would work because it doesn't really matter. But I think for the people closest to you, I think that they would deserve to know for your sake. For sure. Know, for your sake, for the sake of the relationship and all of that. And so contextually, I think the best instances in which you could do a courthouse wedding is you don't want to pay for a big wedding, or you're still saving up for the big wedding. Timing just works out better to where you guys can move in sooner and you don't want to move in and shack up. Those are great instances in which you want to do a courthouse wedding, in which it's totally okay. Instances in which it's not okay to do a courthouse wedding is you haven't gone through premarital counseling, you know that you're not equally yoked, you know that this isn't the person for you, but you're pressured on a whim and you just want to have sex. Don't do it. Abort. if you don't have peace about it, if the Holy Spirit has been telling you no, but you just want some level of next step with the relationship and you just want to make it more serious, I'm telling you, you're going to regret that decision. You're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. Or you're going to regret it. Make sure that you have wise counsel. Wise counsel are pastors, mentors, people who are discipling you, friends who are strong in the faith. Make sure that they approve the relationship. They don't have to approve the timeline of your marriage, but they do need to approve the person. And if you don't have peace about the person, if they don't have peace about the person, you are not in the place to get married at a courthouse, because that's not going to solve the issue. So I am an advocate for courthouse weddings when the person is right. That's my thought process.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I said, I mean, I'm a big... When people tell me, you know what, we're just going to get married, have a courthouse wedding, private, all that stuff, like, I'm just like, go for it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the wedding is really the starting point. It's not the ending point.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things that you have to live out beyond the wedding, and you just have to figure out what that means to you and what matters to you.
So we hope this video was helpful. Make sure you feel good about the person you're marrying before you marry them.
Yes.
But if they are the one for you, and you know that you know that you know, go ahead and get married.
Go ahead and get married.
Live your life.
Do you.
Do you. Do you, boo. All right, guys, we love you.
And we hope you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. That helps us get the word out more and allows us to help people like you and you. So we love you, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.